Is it recording already?
Yep, that's back recording.
Okay, so now let's move on to the student's voice. So I also asked in that questionnaire some open questions to the students, and three of them were, the first one, do you have suggestions for any other practice that academics could consider in order to ensure the classroom is a safe and respectful learning space for everyone? And some of the answers were, don't create a sense of them and us by over-focusing on the queer learners. Use appropriate vocabulary to make students feel comfortable. Also, most of the language that we also offer are gender language. So maybe try to find a way to avoid talking about gender when we're referring to people. Also, another question was, what do you think is the biggest barrier, disadvantage, or issue facing LGBTQ plus or queer university students in particular? Some of the questions were, some people have never been educated about LGBTQ plus community, and they have no idea how to learn about it, so it makes things awkward for queer people. Lack of community and social events for queer people. Or also, some people say, I don't like people assuming I'm straight because of my hairstyle, dress sense, or interest. I think stereotypical views of what gay people look like need to be challenged more often. Finally, what actions can university administrators or academics take to improve the university experience for queer students? Some of the students said, being able to see the effect of where discrimination has been dealt with properly by the university, and that will help them to feel safer, and making them realize that the university take them seriously. Also, they said more LGBTQ plus themes, academic talks or lectures run by departments or maybe guest speakers, and definitely include queer life stories, examples in the classroom as a normal part, not making a big deal out of it. So those are some of the thoughts that I collected from students. So let's get to work. First of all, I want to show you the representation that I found within the language material. And because I'm a Spanish teacher, I just focused on six manuals that I've been using for the past few years. So these are Aula Internacional 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and El Express. And I analyzed these course books in terms of content. So is there any queer content? The number of activities, the description of the activity. Do they talk about queer things directly or indirectly? And how queer lives and LGBTQ community is seen. So as you can see, out of those six manuals, I only found 3 activities. One of them, only one of them, they talk directly. So I'm going to go through them very quickly. So in the first one, in Aula Internacional 2, there's only one activity that could be considered queer related. They have to match sentences with images, and there's a phrase that says, well, I'm dating George, he's a classmate from the faculty, and there's a boy waiting for the train. So you could indirectly link that phrase to the image, but it's not very clear. The only activity that is directly targeting the LGBTQ community is on Aula Internacional 3, but in that book and these manuals, they have the main section, the main unit, and then another part of the book, which is at the very end, with extra activities. So the only activity that talks about LGBTQ plus directly is in that section, in that more activities or more exercises. And the activity says that imagine what the future will be like in 50 years. And there's a family and there's a lesbian couple with a baby. So yeah, they talk about it directly, but the community is seen as something, as a concept of the future, another present. And then in the other book, it was only, again, one activity that was indirectly related to the LGBTQ community, and they have a reality show called A House for You, and there's several couples that need to fight for this house, dream house. And in the image of the activity, there were six couples, one gay couple and one lesbian couple, but they are all portrayed in a very heteronormative way. They were both white men and white women, and yeah, there were no diversity whatsoever. So as you can see, out of 6 manuals with many activities, there's only one really activity addressing the LGBTQ community. So I want you to now think again of these following questions. What do you understand by inclusive education? Why inclusive learning and teaching should be important for us? And how can we make our material more inclusive without directly talking about these things? So again, I'm going to give you time to think about it, and I'll stop sharing. And
Just pause recording as well again.
yes, thank you. And I'll send you the image as well.